So you realized this in year 4, and then when did you realize you mentioned emotional intelligence. Your relationship was 2.5 years. When did you realize the lack of emotional intelligence?
Let me specify, right? Because he's not my recent ex. Because my last 2 exes, I don't care, right? So I was 29 to 31. I would say by 30, almost 31, I was already on that path of, I guess, counting all the things that he has done and how it made me feel and how it changed the dynamic of the relationship and how it was just progressively getting worse. Wow. So at that point, yes, I stood because I loved him, but I reached my threshold at 31. I said, no more, like, I'm done. Because the whole thing was, when it was great, it was amazing. But when it was bad, it was hell. There was no gray area. It was always extremes.
Okay.
So I just reached my breaking point at that point. I was just like, this is just getting out of hand. I have already told you what the problem is and how to fix it. You chose not to listen to me, so now you have to go.
Okay, so what? I'm hearing a lot of issues on the man's side. What were some of y'all faults in the relationship? Like, what did y'all do wrong?
Not being vocal sooner.
Not being vocal sooner.
Yes.
Okay, that was a good one.
And I kept so much inside of myself because I'm like, you know what? I'm holding my man down. Because as a Latina woman, guess what? You hold your man down. And that is something so terrible to teach women in that sense that no matter the storm, you weather that out with that man. Because that's the person you chose. That's true. And that's so crazy to live under those pretenses. Yeah. I couldn't even tell my mother how I was feeling because I felt like, damn, it would be such a disappointment for her to find out that I'm really this unhappy. Yeah. And I did not vocalize it to anyone. I kept it very much inside of myself. I'm like, well, goddamn, this is I really have to suffer in silence like this? And then it came to a point when I vocalized my opinion and it was pushed under the rug. As I'm like super hyper emotional. It wasn't hyper emotional. It was me verifying the fact that, yo, listen, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. I need you to be attentive to me and to my needs as a woman. And you need to hold that shit down because I've been holding your shit down forever.
And the reaction was to put that on.
It was the fact like.
Role play.
Oh, mi amor, it's okay. We're gonna fix it. I promise.
Okay, that's nothing wrong with that. He said he was gonna fix it.
Yeah, he fixed it. He did not.
He used the wrong tools. That's the issue.
Baby, no tools was used.
He was just saying all the right things.
He was just saying all the right things to put the Band-Aid on the situation. There was no healing. There was no mending. There was no, okay, let's go out. Let's do new things. Let's try new things. Like, you are a creature of habit, sir.
That's men.
So you are literally... Honey, you can't see on all the lists, but this is body. Okay. You're telling me that you're not going to go ahead and take me out, and you rather go ahead and play on that motherfucking PS5?
It's addictive.
It is?
It is.
No, I'm addictive.
Oh, okay.
That's why I do not date men that play video games. I can't do it.
Playing that motherfucking card.
No, if you have enough
and blah, blah, blah.
to play video games, then that means in life, I just see that person's not going to be too successful.
But they make money playing video games, though.
Well, I haven't met a guy like that.
Streamers?
Never.
But you didn't answer the question, though. What was your fault?
What was your fault?
Oh, what was my fault?
Child, I hope you don't sue me for defamation.
You ain't say no names.
I'm playing.
My fault was that I shouldn't have been competing in the tit for tat, right? In the sense of, I'm going to one up you. I shouldn't have done that. And maybe, knowing the things that I know now, especially after that particular experience and all the other experiences that I've had from that point, in addition to doing the work on myself, I could have spoken in a different way. And from that relationship, from that point on, I stopped yelling when it comes to conflicts. Because with that relationship, it was constantly like a screaming match. But from that point on, if we're going to scream, then this is a problem. We should have the ability to speak.
Debate.
So communication has definitely changed. That was one of the things that I noticed within myself, and I became proactive.